Okay, wait. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Lebu, and today I wanted to talk about something that we all have kind of been hearing a lot about these days, and that is how to be productive. So everybody these days has a list of things that they have to get done each and every single day, and our lists just keep getting longer and longer and longer, and sometimes we end up running around like headless chickens. Most of the time, in fact, we run around like headless chickens because there's so many things to get done and not enough time to do them, right? We can end up doing so much that we end up just being busy and not really productive. And I'm sure we're all guilty of doing a whole lot of things and really not doing anything, not getting anything done because there's just so much and there's not enough time, right? So today I have a solution. I have a different way in which I approach how to be productive. I know a lot of people see it as, you know, from like a morning routine perspective, but for me today I actually wanted to share with you guys some things that have been working for me in how to be more productive and not just busy, getting a lot more things done and not just doing a lot of things that lead me nowhere and really just end up taking a chunk of my time, wasting a whole day doing so much but really doing nothing. So my tip number one is to wake up earlier, okay? And that's a no-brainer, right? Because we all know most of the successful people in our world today attribute their success to the discipline of waking up earlier. Now, we're not talking 5 a.m. early. If you can do that, good for you. But just earlier than what you normally do, because that gives you a lot more time in the day to get a lot of things done, to do a lot more than you normally would be able to do if you had woken up a lot later in the day. And that may seem like something so simple, so obvious, but it's a discipline that honestly enriches the rest of your life, enriches the rest of your day, enriches everything else that you need to do. So discipline number one, or rather tip number one to be more productive, is wake up a little bit earlier. Just push yourself to maybe wake up an hour earlier than what you do now. You can start with 30 minutes earlier, an hour earlier, 2 hours earlier, and just keep learning to start your day earlier, and I promise you, you will be better off for it. Tip number two on how to be productive is have a plan. Don't just wake up and get right into it and not even really know what you're doing. You're just mindlessly doing things because you need to do things. Actually have a plan. Wake up and plan your day. Be very specific about every hour, every 30 minutes. Who are you meeting? Where are you meeting? When do you have to meet? All those kind of things, what needs to be done by when. Have a plan and stick to that plan. And don't allow other things that come up throughout the day to distract you from the plan that you've already put in motion for that day. If something does come up, because things will come up, and it's something that can be put off to tomorrow, do that and rather focus on what needs to be done today. So just have a plan for your day, for every day, and stick to that plan and execute the plan, work the plan. And then tip number three is categorize everything accordingly. Not everything needs to be done by you. Not everything needs to be done right now. And so I just want to give you guys a few tips on how to categorize everything and help you do more with your day or in your day, realizing that not everything needs to be done by me, and if it doesn't need to be done by you, then just delegate it. So the first category is it important and is it urgent? And if it is, these are the ones that you do first. These are the things that need to get done first thing when you get productive, when you get into work mode. These are the things that you need to prioritize as being top of the list of things that need to be done. It's important and it's urgent. So those are things that you do right away, you do immediately, you get them out of the way so that you can concentrate on other things, so that you can focus on other things without giving yourself anxiety. Because if something is important and it's urgent and you kind of put it in the back burner and you do other things first, you are going to be so anxious, you're going to end up frustrating yourself, and you're going to end up not giving your best or giving your all to the things that really matter to you the most. So category number one is it important? Is it urgent? And if it is, you do those ones first, and then everything else comes after those ones. The second category is it important but not urgent? These are the things that you know, okay, this I need to get done. I don't necessarily need to get it done right now. It's not a matter of life and death. I don't have to put everything on hold for it. It will get done. It's just not something that needs to be done immediately right now. So these are things that they're important, but they're not so urgent. Like if you don't do it right now, the world won't stop spinning, okay? The world won't now lose its orbit. These are things that are important, that need to be categorized, that need to be prioritized, but it doesn't necessarily have to be done right now. So when you do these things and you categorize them accordingly, it gives you a bit of breathing room that, okay, yes, I need to remember to pick up my laundry, or I need to remember to pick up my dry cleaning, but I don't have to do it right now. It's something that needs to be done before the end of today, but it's not something that needs to be done right now. And so it gives you breathing room to kind of concentrate on the things that are more pressing, the things that are more urgent for you to do in that moment. The third category is it urgent but not necessarily important? So these are the things that, those things that just come up out of nowhere and all of a sudden it just directs your attention, derails you. Now you are focused on something else instead of what you were actually supposed to be doing. Those are the urgent things, but they're not necessarily important. They are things that need to get done right now, but do they have to be done by you? So those are things you look at. Is there something more important that's not urgent that you could focus on instead of being drawn away by this urgent thing that's not necessarily important? It's something that needs to get done, but it doesn't have to be done by you. And these are the ones that you can delegate. This is if you've got somebody working with you or somebody that is helping you, a partner or something, you can always say, okay, can you focus on this one right now, this urgent but not necessarily important thing that we have to do, while I focus more on the important but not so urgent things. Because these urgent things can also be important, as we've discussed. But if this is something that's just cropped up, that just jumped out of nowhere, and it's now derailing you from things that are more important that you have to do, then you can just delegate. Just get somebody else to do it for you while you focus on the more important things. Like I said, you don't have to do everything yourself. Prioritize your time accordingly and categorize things well so that you know what you are focusing on and what needs to be done by you specifically. And then the fourth category is do it later. These are things that are neither important nor are they urgent. So really these are things that you shouldn't actually even be focusing a lot of your attention on. These are things that can be put off. These are things that can be done later. These are things that can be delegated. These are things that honestly shouldn't be in the top priority of your list of things to do in that day. And this is the part where you learn not to differentiate, because this running around like headless chickens and really getting nothing done is because we're concentrating on things that really they need to get done, but they don't need to get done right now. They're not important and they're not urgent. They're just wasting your time, stealing your time from your energy, actually stealing your energy from things that you need to really invest yourself in and you need to really pour yourself into. And by the time you get to the things that are important, the things that do matter to you, you're drained because you've been focusing on things that honestly didn't need your attention at that specific moment. So these are the things that can be put off for a much later period in time that allow you to just focus on the things that are more important and the things that are more urgent and the things that really need you to bring your A game to them, right? So that's what I mean by categorizing your things accordingly. You can plan out your whole day, you can wake up earlier, you can have a list of things that you need to do, but if you're not prioritizing things according to how they should be prioritized, you're not really going to be very productive. Have you ever had a day where you get home and you're like, I had so many things to do, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, and then you sit down and you think about, but what then did I do, and then you realize I was actually focusing on things that were not really important, that were not really urgent, that I didn't really need to be focusing on right now. But you still had a busy day. You still were out there doing something. You still were out there hustling, doing what needed to be done, but not necessarily things that you needed to be doing at that moment. So productivity in my book, it's yes, have a wonderful morning routine, get yourself into the right mood and the right vibrancy for the day, but also it's about do the things that actually really matter. Do things that you can tick off and say, okay, that is done, and now it's completely off my book. It's not on my mind. It's not eating away at me anymore. I've done what needed to be done for today. And decide every single morning when you wake up, or even at the end of your day, decide I will make my day productive by focusing on, okay, 1, 2, 3 need to be done immediately. They're important. They're urgent. These other things, and then you just categorize according to that. And I promise you, you'll even wake up feeling energized for each and every day, because you have a plan. You know what needs to be done. You know what you need to focus on. You know you're going to delegate 1, 2, and 3 to whoever needs to help you do the things that you need to do. And that is how you get a lot more done in your life. And that is how actually you start to move and see progress and direction in your life, by focusing on things that you know are important for you to be doing, by knowing every single day what it is that you need to be doing and doing that. And then if you have time still left in your day to do other things that have been categorized in different categories, then get into doing those as well. And then you'll see that your days become actually a lot shorter. You have a lot more energy. You do things with more vigor and more energy, and you get things done. Yes, we all want to be productive. Yes, we all have a 10-foot list long of things that we need to do in any given day. We all have demands. We all have people pulling us in different directions. But I think also part of being productive is realizing that you are not superhuman. Don't burn yourself out trying to do things that essentially are not even important to you. Don't burn yourself out. Don't steal time from your loved ones because you're trying to do so much that you forget that, okay, this I need to just relax. I need to just be present. I need to just be here right now. There's always so much to do. There's always going to be something else you need to do, and there's always never enough time. We all only have 24 hours in a day, and there's more than one thing that's important to you in that one day. And I feel like just prioritize your time, your energy, your resources accordingly. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that video with me, and that you see productivity from a completely different standpoint. Understanding that yes, we have demands, yes, we have things we have to do, yes, we have things we want to do, but we need to learn to prioritize, and that is how we will learn to be productive. It's a different story altogether to just be busy, but really being busy doing nothing, it doesn't contribute to the quality of your life, to the quality of your health, and to you actually just being a productive member of society. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I know it's a bit short. I just felt like I don't need to talk too much about it, because we all know productivity, we all know the importance of prioritizing, and I just wanted to remind us that, you know what, we have a very short span of time in our everyday, and we need to make the most of every hour, of every minute, and just do things that are really important and things that will help us move closer to who we're trying to become, the lives that we're trying to create, and just living our absolute best lives. And so thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to press that notification button so that you know every single time that I upload. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. And I'd like to send a very special thank you to Khauta Dani of D10S Project for helping me shoot and edit this video.